That's racist.
Deal with it, motherfucker. 5, 4, 3, 2. Take 3 Wrestling Podcast coming to you on November 4th, 2021. I'm your host, Ernest, EJ Christian, alongside Mike Bernier, Joe Lopez. Mike, it's November 4th. What does that mean?
Free Doritos Locos Tacos because Ozzy Albies stole second base in the World Series.
That's right.
You're welcome.
By the way, shout out to
One day? Did we miss it?
You missed it.
Oh, did you get your free tacos?
Always.
Oh, man.
That's a fat guy, that kind of question. Come on, now. What's wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, touche. I'm a little sad I missed out on the free tacos.
Anyway, today was a crazy day in the world of wrestling. It should be a crazy evening, should I say, because we have some breaking news, and we're going to start there right now. But first, real quick, follow us on Take Number 3 Wrestling on Twitter, as well as on Instagram. Also, a little plug here. I did a appearance on a podcast earlier in the week on the Duke Loves Rasslin Podcast. Check them out as well too on any of the podcast catchers. Pretty interesting interview I did with him. Beyond that,
Talk about.
Well, actually, you want me on to talk about a couple things. Number one, my hiatus for 17 years. He's actually kind of fascinated by that, and basically interesting conversation about if AEW is dropped the ball on pushing black wrestlers.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you plug us?
Of course, come on now.
I'm just making sure.
Of course, I did not do that.
Buddy, we're on a poker stream. Artie plugged us 3 times, and he goes, "Make sure you plug us." Really, guy? This isn't my first fucking rodeo like it is this fucking.
I'm just making sure.
I've talked about Take 3 on the fucking stream with Mike. I didn't need this schmuck here to fucking promote it.
I mean, fair.
What a rookie move. Anyway, we're gonna talk about The Rock as this month is his 25th anniversary of entering the wrestling world. And Joe's topic is actually pretty interesting too, as well. We're gonna talk about ratings.
Did they release him for budget cuts too, or no?
Yes.
It's under consideration, right? But let's get to breaking news. Mike, you actually changed your topic because of this breaking news. WWE has made some more cuts.
Yeah, I changed my topic. We went from discussing company association with the Ring of Honor roster to discussing, I guess we're going to call this Black Thursday 2.0.
3.0?
No, I was going for the NXT pun because a lot of them were either NXT champions or NXT superstars.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it was a bad day if you were a part of the bioluminescent brand or a former champion of the black and gold brand.
Real talk. If they try to call you to fire you and you don't answer your phone, what happens? Like, do they leave a voicemail?
Yeah.
Instead of text? Like,
no, they probably leave a voicemail.
Do you just not get fired?
No, you get fired.
I always thought about that.
Hey, we need you to give us a call back as soon as you can. You're going to think it's about a push or something, and all of a sudden, hey, by the way, you're fired.
But, like, I've always thought about that because, like, when I got fired from my job at 1199, the last job I had in New York.
Denied.
Me,
No one.
Sorry.
They called rude. They called me at 4 p.m. and they were like, bring your personal items with you and come to HR. But, like, if I had just not answered my phone, would I have not gotten fired that day? Like, would I have shown up for work on Monday and then they might have called me?
Yeah.
That would have sucked. Imagine that. Like, I don't know. Lindsay Dorado, you shouldn't have answered your phone.
You're fired.
And nobody learned from JTG. JTG has been out there for years.
Allegedly.
Well, he's been out there for
I can
years.
guarantee there's someone that
didn't drown, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's the one that's still alive.
I can guarantee you that there's someone that learned from him.
Who do you think? Wait, we know all the people that got released.
Uh-huh.
Who do you think is the one person that was supposed to get released today but didn't answer their
Jackson
phone?
Riker.
Jackson Riker. Jackson Riker was just like, no, I don't even have a cell phone.
You gotta catch me on my landline or by carrier pigeon.
That's it. I accept smoke signal only.
You're fired.
Anyway, you want to go through the list, Michael, quick?
Let's go through the list and then we'll play our favorite game, which is where do they end up next? Because that's all. Let's start with the bigger ones here.
Yeah.
First off, the former dual champion in NXT, Keith Bearcat Lee.
The fact they gave him a nickname like literally like 3 weeks ago, and then they say, you know what? Never mind.
Buddy, they gave every person on this fucking release some kind of fucking push in the last 3 weeks, and they're no longer there.
I gotta think though. Does the health issues weigh heavy on this one also in this?
It may play a role in it. It may very well play a role in what's going on. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it played a role, but I'm not going to say it's the definite role that caused for the axe to be dropped.
Because
we don't know.
Because the shock value for me is not as big as I thought it would be, given that we know now in hindsight.
I guess let's also say that there is a report coming out that some of these cuts were due to vaccination status, because if you're not vaccinated, obviously you can't travel across the country to the tours over in Europe.
Did you say across?
I did.
Across? Karrion Kross? Of course, being one of the guys with the vaccination issue? Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say that he's probably not the only one on this list that probably is playing in that.
Where's Jackson Riker?
Get yourself on the camera.
I'll make sure I'm on the camera too.
Buddy, you have a whole show where you were the only person that people could see.
I mean, fair.
This is a Joe Lopez show.
Mike, at least 3 shows where you can't see you, but you see fucking Joe take over the fucking spotlight.
See, it's the Joe Lopez show because his porn went live today, and he's trying to make sure that he gets himself.
Really?
It did go live today.
Oh, wow.
Make sure that he just gets more. He has a whole fucking video that's centered around him, and he's like, you know what? I need more video time.
I mean,
did you do your makeup before we went live?
I did. I did. I plucked my eyebrows.
I'm glad somebody did. Yeah, exactly, Ernest. Big, meaty men slapping meat. That's exactly what that is.
I don't know how big we were, but we were meaty and slapping meat.
All right, so the release of the former NXT champion Karrion Kross and his wife Scarlett Boudoir.
When was he last on TV? Because I haven't seen him in a little bit.
Probably the last time that he lied about being vaccinated.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a while.
I haven't watched Raw, so.
I don't see him in AEW, so let's kill that noise real quick.
He's going to Impact.
Well, wait, are we doing that part of this now, or are we going back to that?
We're going back.
Oh, okay. So why don't you read through the whole list, and then let's go and comment.
All right, we lost Eva Marie.
She came back and whatever.
Long but not forgotten. Surprising one, Nia Jax.
That was a big surprise.
Surprising.
Ember, there's a bad moon on the horizon. The fiance of one Keith Lee, Mia Yim. This man did not re-debut yet, but was going to probably play somewhat of a role in the WWE, was Harry Smith.
Who is Harry Smith? Are we talking about Davey Boy Smith Jr.? Mm-hmm. They signed him?
Yeah.
They just signed like 2 weeks ago, didn't they? Like 2 weeks ago?
Signed him like 3 months ago when he did the tryout match, and they just never they never got him onto a brand.
That actually shocks me. You know, the funny thing is I saw him on the list, and I was like, that can't be the guy that I think it is. There must just be another wrestler randomly named Harry Smith. That was fucking Davey Boy Smith Jr.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
But like, wow, okay. I don't get that one. I don't get that one at all. That guy's got
budget cuts, apparently.
He's got all of the elements of what WWE looks for. He's got size, he's got talent, he's got lineage. Mm-hmm. I mean, he probably still even has the phone number of his dad's crack dealer. Like, how do you get rid of that guy?
You know.
Another one that was kind of shocking. B-Fab of Hit Row.
That is not Fab.
No. Katrina Cortez of Legado del Fantasma. Trey Baxter.
Okay.
Who's already booked in GCW.
Shocker.
Right? That's the guy from GCW.
I think so.
Because I definitely saw someone, I'm going to find it. Yeah, keep going.
Frankie Monet, formerly Taya Valkyrie, the wife of one Johnny Friday Night, Monday Night Delight.
Yeah.
We lost Grand Metalik, who requested and was granted his release. Jeet Rama, who was on Tuesday's episode of NXT 2.0, losing to the Usos' cousin.
Damn.
Zato Rayner, Lindsay Dorado, Jesse Kamea, and one that cuts deep in my heart. Throw him up for Biff, Oney Lorcan.
Yeah, that sucks.
We got rid of Biff, but they kept Danny Burke.
It can't be for long. Maybe he didn't answer his phone.
Or he's going into like a trainer role. and they just.
I can see that.
Trainer.
I can see that because I mean he's got to be what, like 48 years old. Like
he's got to be in his mid-40s.
He looks it. Unless he's one of those guys.
He's one of those British guys who just ages like the fucking plane.
I was gonna say like Arn Anderson, who like residually looked 40 years old for his entire life. Like he looked 40 when he was 20, but he looked 40 when he was 60.
Facts.
So like, actually, Danny Burch is in fact 107 years old.
He is the curious case of Benjamin Button.
He is.
All right, let's go through them now. Let's discuss them a little bit here as we go into the next part of it. Let's go with. We'll start with Bearcat and Nia because I think wherever they go, they're going to go probably as a unit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
My immediate assumption was that Mia Yim would be a absolute get for AEW in their women's division.
Yes, 100%.
I still feel that way.
Keith Lee should be a get for AEW, but due to health concerns, I don't know necessarily where they stand there. Plus, we had this conversation off air. Which faction would he align with? Because everybody's in a fucking faction on that show.
I'm going to throw this out there. You bring Keith Lee into AEW, and you have Adam Cole manage him. Boom, done.
Wow.
I'm going to end this call. This show sucks already. We're 17 minutes in, and I'm calling this show already. I'm done. I can't with this stuff.
Oh, come on. That was the best creative idea that never happened in WWE.
Goodbye.
Now, I would love to see Keith Lee in AEW as long as he's healthy, because you're right. If he's not healthy, then it doesn't work. But if he is healthy, he would be a great fit in the company. I mean,
let's also note before you finish that statement.
Yeah.
It's a real shit time to release all of them after Ring of Honor announces their fucking sabbatical, by the way.
Yeah.
Real shit fucking time.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of which, you hear about Sinclair today? That they're $12 billion in the hole.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Billion, but a B.
Hey, did you know that WWE cut like 35 people whenever they were up $32.5 fucking million this quarter? Oh, I'm sorry.
Before how
interesting though? With someone like Keith Lee, you okay? Follow me here, right?
Okay.
I don't know that we want to do that.
No, like this is real,
buddy. So is your porn career. I don't know if we want to follow that either.
Yeah.
Keith Lee shows up in AEW. He's another fish in that pond. Keith Lee shows up in Impact. You've got a main eventer on your hands.
I think somebody else is going there to be in the main event picture.
I mean, I do too, but I still think if Keith Lee shows up there, where like, and no disrespect to this guy, but like Josh Alexander is one of your main eventers, like Keith Lee instantly goes to the top. I think we can all agree that if he shows up in AEW, he doesn't instantly go to the top. He's not challenging for the world title.
I'm not all in on Keith Lee going ahead of Josh Alexander.
Okay.
The way that they're building Josh Alexander right now.
Okay.
I could see him going into the picture, but I don't see him being ahead of Alexander in
what they're doing. My point was there's more room clearly available for main event slots in an Impact.
You know, because Kenny Omega is the world champion in AEW, and he's a fucking anime character.
Right, and you've got way too many guys already in that roster.
Keith Lee's the only male wrestler of this bunch that got cut that I can see possibly going to AEW. That's it. I think, honestly, the two females really... How was that now?
You're out of your mind.
Who do you see in this? Because to me, I think the two people I'm looking at that could be AEW bound, is two females, Mia Yim and Ember Moon.
He obviously doesn't know.
No.
Yeah, clue me in.
Why wouldn't Harry Smith go and team up with Lance Archer again and fucking just destroy everybody?
Right.
Elite Squad.
Right.
What?
Is Lance still that fall last week?
Although Harry Smith could just end up back in MLW, wasn't he like their champion?
But that was because he was part of the tag team division with fucking Teddy Hart. Do they really want to go through that fucking nightmare again?
Not really.
Okay. So Harry going back and teaming up with Lance Archer, the only guy in AEW who does not have a tag partner.
True.
Who's done the math on this? He's the only one that doesn't at least have a tag partner.
He does have a legend though. He has a legend.
He's been a partner for a little while.
Who?
Eddie King's been a partner for a little while.
Well, no, but he still has a partner. What I'm saying is Lance Archer doesn't have a partner. It's Lance Archer just murdering everybody.
I was just trying to find a way to say best wishes to John Moxley, of course.
You could have waited till after this segment. Why are you incorporating that in the fucking contracts?
All right, next. Karrion Kross.
Joe could love that for him this week.
Maybe.
It's great. All right. Killer Karrion Kross, he goes back to being a main event star in Impact.
I feel like that's valid and obvious.
He could end up in AEW. Let's not say that he couldn't.
Well, let me ask you: does he fit AEW?
Yes.
AEW. Okay. Just asking questions.
I think he could because again, here's the thing: bring him over there, and he's another one. Pair him with Lance Archer. Have two big sons of bitches just rip through everybody.
I mean, it could work. It's not
like it can't be a bad gimmick. Yeah, you have two tall, fucking muscular jack guys. You let Scarlett fucking come in and fucking basically be the fucking the straw that turns both of them heel.
Yeah,
turns them into fucking killers. Jake Roberts just sits there and fucking like menacingly rubs his hands together like kill them. Yeah, and fucking it works.
Do that voice again. Kill them.
Can we acknowledge the fact that Eva Marie has now been fired by WWE more than Marty Jannetty has been?
Can we also acknowledge the fact that she's been fired more times than Dana Brooke?
Oh, shit.
Also, over-under when she's back in WWE again. Over-under 1 year.
Ooh.
Eva Marie.
Over.
She back in, okay.
She won't be back.
This is it? The end of the road?
The only scenario where she comes back is if they're, like, total divas. Like, I wonder if that was half the reason they brought her back this time, and then it just never amounted to anything. So they were like, "Fuck it, like let's cut."
Well, I mean, I think they pretty much punted on all the women's shows because Total Bellas is gone because Brian's in AEW and they're never fucking showing any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Total Divas was basically like
it hasn't been on.
Lana,
right?
She gone.
Yeah.
Naomi, all right, she's still there. So unless you're doing it with like Charlotte, who doesn't want to be on TV, Becky just had a kid, probably doesn't want to be on fucking TV.
Right.
So like, who are your two main characters? Natty and fucking Tamina. I'm good.
Yeah. For real.
Exactly.
Eva Marie doesn't come back because Eva Marie is probably going to go into acting.
I can see that
on a more severe base.
Yeah, like me, a porn star.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what if Eva Marie puts on like 150 pounds and becomes Dewdrop's dancing partner?
Oh, her double E.
Oh my god. Double G and double E. I like it. Let's do it.
Speaking of double E.
Dewdrop and Gumdrop.
Wow.
They could be Team Tiggle Biggies.
All right. Let's talk about Nia Jax.
Did you just add a fucking laugh track?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Huh? Oh my god.
Nia Jax.
You said Nia Jax. I just, let's not laughing. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna play my whole one.
All right,
I feel like Nia Jax. Okay. I don't like to speculate, but speculation time. I feel like Nia Jax's release is one of two things. It's either at some point they signed her to a ridiculous money contract that she's just not worth. Like kind of the same thing that happened with.
She's hurt right now too.
But I'm saying either she got the Braun Strowman release where it's like, hey, we're crazy that we ever agreed to pay you $1 million a year, but we did, and now we need to get the fuck out of it. Or she's one of the vaccine releases. She's one of the I ain't taking the fucking shot, fuck you, and now she can't fly over to.
She couldn't fly over anyway. She's hurt.
But I'm saying, even if, when she comes back from the injury, it's not like these restrictions are going anywhere anytime soon. At least not for travel. Not for international
but it's also
travel.
like they're not going to go back. She's out for 3 months. The earliest she's coming back is January. They're going to be doing everything over here to get ready for fucking Mania. They're not going.
You get anti-vax vibes from Nia Jax? I don't get that kind of vibe from her anyway.
What I get is it was injury. She probably signed a contract that she was way out of the fucking price range for. They cut her. They're going to hopefully re-sign her when she's healthy. And if she doesn't, you know where she goes? NWA.
What if it's a size thing, too? What if she's someone who they were like, hey, we need you to lose a little bit of weight, and she just never got with that? Like a Yokozuna, Vader kind of situation.
If we're worried about her weight, then what's the fucking excuse for not cutting Dana Brooke because her wrestling skills haven't gotten better?
I'm just saying, factually, we know that happened with, Yokozuna and, Vader back in the day, where it was guys, lose weight or we got to cut you. And you know what I mean? What?
How does she still have a job is what I'm getting at. I don't understand.
Dana Brooke?
I don't understand this.
I don't know. Maybe she's blowing the right guy in the right office.
Or the left office.
What?
See?
Jackson, thank you, sir. I appreciate the chopstick. Jackson says, only you can prevent forest fires. All right, let's go to Ember Moon.
I can see her definitely in AEW.
I can totally see her in AEW too. I'm a little afraid that at some point as weak as the women's division was, I feel like it's actually hitting a point where it's getting pretty strong. I don't think you need to oversaturate the women's division in AEW now. Like you run that risk.
But the reason why it's gotten better recently is because they've added better talent. It's a talent.
But who are you cutting for the sake of bringing in like Ember Moon? I mean, there's a million girls you can cut, but like,
yeah, I'm saying.
Sakura.
I'm okay with that.
Riho.
Yeah,
I'm very okay with that.
Sad to say, but yeah.
I mean, Ember Moon would be a great addition to any roster. She's a fantastic wrestler.
Should be easily a top 5 or 6 women on that roster.
Yeah, I can see that. I would not be mad about it. That's all. I would definitely not be upset by her showing up. That's for sure.
We were saying, Joe, I think last year that AEW needed some defections releases to get better.
Yes. This wouldn't count as a defection.
Defections or releases.
Defection was John Moxley.
Yeah, defection was John Moxley.
His contract ran out. He said, I'm not re-signing. Fuck you guys, I'm out.
Like, technically, defection was even like Daniel Bryan.
Correct.
Whatever you want to say.
All right, notable women that I would cut to get Ember Moon on this roster.
Are you just going to start reading all of them except for Britt Baker?
The Bunny, Swole, Emi Sakura, Leva Bates, Nyla Rose, Penelope Ford, Riho.
Wait, you cut Penelope? Penelope's fine. I mean,
you would
fine.
take Penelope Ford over Ember Moon.
No. I'm taking. If I'm comparing between the two, yeah, I'll take. Moon.
The question that was listed was, who would you get rid of to put Ember Moon on the roster? I would get rid of any of the names that is listed.
You know, in some third circle of hell, we're going to end up getting booked a Nyla Rose versus Nia Jax match, right?
Buddy, get rid of Red Velvet. A little fucking stir it up.
I don't like her.
Yeah, I'm there now. I'm softening on her now. Stir it up.
He's soft on her now.
You're soft on a lot of things, but it's why you're fat.
Oh, yeah. What kind of a question you want to ask her?
All right, next. Harry Smith? No, Mia Yim. Mia Yim, like you said, is going to go wherever Keith Lee goes.
I think she would be a good addition to the Impact roster.
I could see that. I think she'd be a good addition to... She's another one. She's a good addition to any roster she goes to. So even if she ends up in AEW, I think she'd be a great addition there.
She'd be a top 5 or 6 female in AEW immediately if she goes there.
Definitely top 10 at least.
Yeah.
Definitely top 10 at least.
Harry Smith, I've already said where I think he should end up. I think he should go to AEW, be with Lance Archer.
I'm going to put out there that I think he's going to end up in MLW. But I would love to see him in AEW.
Put him back in fucking Suzuki-gun in fucking New Japan.
I can see him showing up in New Japan. It's not like they don't need people. Like, they need people fucking desperately.
They're about 3 nights of fucking wrestling.
Right, they're about to fill 3 nights of Wrestle Kingdom. That tag division is constantly a joke. Honestly, get Lance Archer and Harry Smith back together in New Japan in that tag division for one of those nights, fighting for the belts or fighting for a shot at the belts or something. I'm with that.
I agree. Obviously, we talked about Scarlett with Karrion. She's just going to go where he's going, right?
You know, not for nothing. Karrion Kross also wouldn't be a bad addition to, like, the New Japan roster.
No, he wouldn't.
Like, he would fit that style of wrestling so well, to be perfectly honest. And Scarlett just being eye candy, that's all that women ever are in New Japan anyway.
Maria Kanellis.
Right. That act would work in New Japan so perfectly. Have them show up for a fucking, like, I don't know what the non-competes are in this situation.
Well, but Mia said hers was 90. Frankie Monet said hers was 30.
Okay. So depending on what Karrion Kross and Scarlett have, ironically, Scarlett's might be shorter than Karrion's.
Scarlett's is 30. She announced that.
Yeah, and Karrion's might be 90 because he was on the main roster at this point.
It's kind of what I'm thinking.
If that's the situation, then you're not having him show up for Wrestle Kingdom, obviously. But if there was a situation where you could have him show up for Wrestle Kingdom, fucking have him show up at Wrestle Kingdom. Have him be in a big match. I would do that.
So the next two are ones that I think are more because I don't know how ready they are in ring.
Fair.
B-Fab from Hit Row and Katrina Cortez from Legado del Fantasma.
So now, okay, here's my thing. If B-Fab, let's take B-Fab first.
Okay.
If she wasn't ready yet in ring, isn't that what developmental is for? Why did you move her out of your developmental system to your main roster just to then be like, she's not ready, let's get rid of her? Like, why didn't you just keep her in developmental?
My guess is they didn't want to break up Hit Row, and then they saw how far behind she was and made the determination that Swerve, Top Dollar, and the other, I don't know the other thing off the top of my head,
I don't know,
are good enough to make Hit Row work without her.
Which is true.
And made the decision that at that point that rather than now sending her back to developmental, breaking her out of Hit Row, because now she's completely out of that. She can't have anything involving them.
Right.
When they're not there.
True.
So I think it was more of a, let's try this and see how it works. They put him up on the main roster and something didn't click and they made the decision to just move on.
Yeah. It just seems like a shame. It seems like there was potential there. Like, she wasn't close, but she had potential.
You know who else had potential?
No.
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke never had potential.
Who?
Not for a second, Dana Brooke ever had potential.
But did you watch the one match that BFAB had with Katrina Cortez?
Yes, it wasn't good.
And you think she had potential?
I mean,
but stop trying to be nice.
Cut a promo.
You guys.
Who else could cut a promo?
Not Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke cannot cut a promo.
I could cut a promo, but I can't go
wouldn't
wrestle.
release you either.
Okay.
Man, you guys are worse than Corey Graves. Jesus.
No. See, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's guys that deserve to probably be released from their contract, and there are people that don't deserve to be released from their contract. You're reaching the point where there are people who A, just got hired, so they're the easy cuts, or B, are so far away from being serviceable in ring that you're paying them to cut promos.
Yeah.
You're paying them to walk somebody to the ring. Like Scarlett Bordeaux, she was not getting better in ring. She was only there to walk Karrion Kross to the ring, and you didn't even call her up with him.
Yeah, no.
You're literally paying for her to sit there and post bikini photos on Instagram.
Yeah. That was eventually going to be.
She played that role great in NXT, though, to be fair.
Correct. But then they decided to do something completely different and make him the Wish.com version of fucking Demolition.
So what about Trey Baxter? Other than looking really awkward.
Game changer.
Yeah, no, he's actually already going back to
Game changer and probably MLW.
I can see that. He might have been someone that if Ring of Honor still existed, he showed up in Ring of Honor, but Ring of Honor is
like
dead
Tyler
for the
Rust.
most part. Right, exactly.
Let's go to Frankie Monet.
I feel like she's one that's probably a COVID vaccine situation.
You think so? Because Morrison's there.
Yeah, but I mean, just they might have different.
But they're not
beliefs.
taking the NXT on the road. The NXT is staying in Orlando.
How old is she? Because she's been around for a hot minute. Yeah. If she's as old as even approaching 40, and they didn't, you're not keeping her in developmental for that much longer, but then you can't use her for certain things on the main roster.
They brought it back before the NXT 2.0. They brought it back right after Raquel won the title.
Yeah. She's 38.
Okay.
I mean, she's pushing it in age.
Well, the other issue that was her only fucking gimmick was her trying to do exactly what Mandy Rose is doing with Toxic Fraction.
Yeah, also facts.
Okay.
Was trying to get Robert Stonebrand and Jesse Kamea, who was also released, to fucking believe in Frankie Monet and making Frankie the fucking face of their thing. Oh, I'm sorry. That's exactly what they decided to do with Toxic Attraction.
Yeah. It's like they basically just gave the gimmick away.
Right.
They didn't like what she was doing. They didn't like
Mandy Rose is kind of doing a better job with it.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I like Toxic Attraction a lot better than I like the whole Frankie Monet, Robert Stone's shit.
I say she ends up back in Impact and in Mexico.
I can see that. I don't see her in AEW.
I don't
either.
I don't feel like she fits, no.
At least not right away.
No.
Grand Metalik.
He's been asking for his release, so this is one of those where you don't feel bad for him.
Masquerita Dorado, for those of you.
Yes.
Those of him.
He's someone who I think he always saw that he wasn't going to get any bigger than he was in WWE. I don't see him being a regular in AEW. Maybe Impact. I think he probably just goes back to Mexico.
If it's North America, he could be a guy who could be fun and game changer.
Oh yeah, totally. I mostly see him in Mexico.
Yeah, I would see him more going.
I think he's going to end up in CMLL or AAA, one of those. Maybe I don't know if Conan's still doing the Crash or the Clash or whatever the hell the company was.
Crash.
I think one of those.
I don't know anything about Jeet Rama or Zeta Ramir to really make a comment on them.
Jeep Rama, the type of car.
Lindsay Dorado.
Lince Dorado will get booked at a number of different places and then never show up.
I see him being someone that's kind of on the lines of Tyler Breeze.
What's Tyler Breeze doing right now?
Training.
Is he really? I actually didn't know that.
Him and Sean Spears own a school, Flatbacks.
You know what's kind of funny? And I mean no offense to Lince Dorado by saying this whatsoever. I sort of feel like he ended up already getting further than any of us thought he would get.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many of us, and like you and I are certainly people that have been watching him wrestle since like, I don't know when you started watching Chikara and stuff. I've seen him since 2008. I've watched Lince Dorado wrestle. I don't know that he was ever someone on my, oh yeah, WWE is going to sign him one day list.
Yeah.
I never even expected to see him show up in TNA or anything like that. True. He ended up in WWE. He ended up in WWE for the last, 5 years?
He was champion too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Lucha House Party was a significant thing. He was part of 205 Live when it actually was a concept and not just, like, three guys fucking circle jerking each other.
Nigel McGuinness.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, honestly, I think Lince, he kind of had more success than many of us ever expected. And I think, like, props to you for that, if I'm being honest, you know? And it'd be cool. I think he ends up in Impact. I think he becomes part of that X division. I think that he's good at that style of wrestling. He's got the great look, great personality. I'd lick his abs. I think that he belongs in Impact Wrestling.
Lick his abs.
He's a cat. He can lick them himself, but like I'll offer to help.
Anyway, any other names?
Well, I mean, Jessie Kamea, I could see her showing up at really any of the women's divisions because she'd be an enhancement talent at that.
Yeah.
And then obviously the ace of Beyond Wrestling, Biff Busick, Oney Lorcan. Obviously, he's going back to Beyond. Obviously, he's probably going to wrestle in PWG.
AEW.
Let's be real here.
Hold
on. I'm going to move this camera a little bit closer here for this one. I'll let you have the camera back in a minute.
It's fine.
See if I can get a little bit closer to the screen. Hey, Excalibur, bucks of fucking retards. Whoever's in charge of PWG, give me fucking Super Dragon versus Biff. Do it, fuckers. Get it done.
I'm still here.
He's still here.
I love
1017.
WWE's like low-key building this really fun wrestling, like pure wrestling division, like intentionally or not. It's one of the reasons why I think they're more ECW than they are WCW. I think that Biff, let's just start calling him Biff again. Like, let's just do it. I think Biff Busick would fit in there the way Bobby Fish is, the way like he'd be one of those guys.
Okay, so my question is, and maybe this is something that we can leave for a couple weeks from now.
Sure.
AEW pure wrestling division, where you turn, instead of having AEW Dark or AEW Dark Elevation, you turn one of those YouTube shows into a pure wrestling show.
Yeah.
Who would be your roster?
That would be one to have to think about.
Because obviously you lead off Brian. Obviously you lead off Fish. You sign Gresham and Lethal. You bring in Biff. Next thing you know, you got 5 guys here out there fucking throwing around fucking pure classics like it's fucking water.
Yeah. No, that could be really fun.
Daniel Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of guys. And there's guys that are out there that aren't even signed anywhere that you could bring in. Yeah, exactly. That would be a fun one. I would be down with like kind of putting that together.
All right, we'll sit on that one.
We'll pontificate later.
Correct. Other than that, I don't know that we're out of the woodworks with releases yet. There was a couple of fake ones that kind of perturbed me a little bit. Obviously, big fan of one, Jonathan Gargano, and his wife.
That was a rumor for a hot minute.
That was a rumor for a hot minute. That one kind of pissed me off.
Wouldn't it have been the most WWE thing ever, though?
Release her while she's pregnant?
Well, yes, but also to have teased Ciampa and Gargano.
Just to take it away from
just to then release Gargano like 2 days later. That would have been WWE.
Oh, that would have been such a troll job.
That would have been. That would have been something that they're so on point for.
That would have been the old commercial with the fucking fisherman with the dollar bill on the fucking line. Almost had it.
Yes.
Oh, you got to be quicker than that.
Yep.
Like, that's exactly what that would have been.
That would have totally been that.
And I would have thrown up fucking violently.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What you digging for?
a lemon head, but the fucker is done.
I'll read candy.
Like gummies in there? I want some gummy candy. Hell yeah.
Anything else on touch on before we get to the next topic?
Nope.
I think we covered everyone. I mean, unless anyone else has been released in the last, like,
I just
2 hours.
I just looked on Sean Ross Sapp stuff. Nothing new.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's just same old.
Hopefully everyone gets through the weekend without being released.
All right, it is trivia time.
Great.
Access denied. Go
No.
to 101 Soundboard.
Wow.
Oh, good. I was
Unbelievable.
like, if it's mine, we're fucked.
Let's try this one more time.
Access denied.
I'm scared to go now. I'm scared to do it. Anyway, once again, it is trivia time. And it is my turn. Bro, what are you talking about, man? Wow, my fucking soundboard's friggin' out tonight, man. Jesus. As you said earlier, we're going to be
Who is Randy Savage?
Facts.
Goodbye.
Sorry. As I said earlier, we're going to be talking about The Rock and the 25th anniversary of him entering, coming to WWE, whatever you call it. And this week's trivia is going to be focused around that. As you know, we said he debuted at the 1996 Survivor Series in an 8-man tag match. He was paired with Jake Roberts, Mark Hall, and this guy, who was this team's fourth guy. And now, if I can find the fucking song.
He's having performance anxiety. It's okay. Take a blue chew.
I need you anyway.
Or 3.
I don't know for what segment, but at some point you need to get the song from like oh man, is it one of the depression medicine commercials or is it just like the Cialis commercial? You know the one I'm talking about? It's like that like pop.
Don't be rude. Don't be rude.
Are you just testing buttons at this point? Is that what's happening?
I'm trying to find the fucking song. I hope.
Isn't it just in the same place it always is? How are you so bad at it?
But I've added more stuff in the last couple of weeks on this board. So yeah, I'm fucking stupid here. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Remember that whole group chat where you both were like offended that I called him an idiot? He just admitted to it on air. He's a fucking idiot. Let's go back to that group chat and
call
try
him
again.
that on air, to be fair.
I know words. I have the best words.
Oh my god, he's gonna go through every sound.
He's an idiot.
Can we get 100 points for each time he gets the sound wrong?
I'm in.
Correct.
I pulled too much.
Hey, baby.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
I'm gonna let him read the question. He's done.
Did I do that?
All right. And I finally found a fucking song. Once again, Dwayne Johnson made his debut at the 1996 Survivor Series in an 8-man tag match. He was paired with Jake Roberts, Mark Merrow, and this.
Arrow.
Yes, and this guy.
So bad.
Who was this team's fourth guy?
96, he wasn't working there. I don't think.
Who was working in 96?
Tatanka.
Is that your answer? Well, first of all, you need a wager. Wait, any money?
Craig's answer.
Oh, Craig.
Craig,
What are we wagering here, buddy?
I just said you have a small pee-pee.
Ernest is not actually my phone.
I'm gonna wager 200.
Okay. Joe?
Craig, Ernest said his wife said you can't even fuck.
I pulled too much.
This sausage is huge.
Excuse me, ladies. I'm needed elsewhere.
I'll wager 200.
All right.
I have.
Mike?
You have 1,300,
Woo!
but you're negative 2,000, so you're technically negative 700.
Boo.
Mike, your answer?
Who is Savio Vega?
Joe?
I'm gonna rob it. Who's Savio Vega?
You guys are both wrong. Who is Barry Windham, the stalker? Barry Windham.
Yeah, I never would have guessed that.
Cool, a guy that was there for like 3 days.
I never would have guessed that.
Who?
The stalker.
Barry Windham. Right, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
Buddy, just wait. I'm gonna fucking hit you with one fucking trivia question. You're gonna be like, oh, it's this guy. And I'm gonna fucking rip that bitch right off from underneath you.
You mean every single question you asked? Never mind.
Oh, but I'm gonna set it where it could be something you know. Like 80s fucking Macho Man trivia. I'm gonna punch you right in the throat with the answer too. Like, yum, get wrecked, bitch.
Shit. Shizza. All right. I think Joe, it's your topic now.
Oh, my topic already?
Yeah.
If you look at the rundown,
Access denied.
All right.
access denied.
I'm gonna fucking kill this fucking soundboard, dude.
No, this is easy. All right, my topic is real simple. Everyone, especially Tony Khan, likes to talk about ratings in pro wrestling these days like it's still 1998 and we all work for fucking Nielsen. My question is, should fans even care / be talking about ratings in pro wrestling? And I want your guys' answers before I say anything. And Ernest, you can go first because in a rare moment, your child is not woken up yet. So why don't we take advantage of this and get your answer first?
I know, dude. I'm with you. Although I see Mike's child behind him in our picture here, in the yellow shirt there.
Buddy, my kid's cool though.
Yeah, he's not cut off our show.
That's true. Oh, for now, let's see. What's up, Jax?
Just for making it
So like a lot of people are annoyed with ratings, talking all that. The people who do it all the time, and obviously it's used weaponized against. Oh, well, I'm AEW. I think it's still okay to talk about. I mean, I'm not someone that's like anti-ratings discussion. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, it doesn't matter anymore." I mean, whatever. Does it matter in the same way it did like 13 years ago, 23 years ago, rather? Not really. I mean, it's not the same, but it's still a nice a little bit of content to talk about. I do think people weaponize it for their own means and all that, and I think it's just one of those things like, just talk about it, keep moving. Does it matter? Talk to Vince about that. Talk to Tony Khan about that. Tony Khan, they care about it obviously, because Chris Jericho literally made a fucking. Chris Jericho literally has a gimmick called the Demo God, so they fucking care obviously about it. But this is what it is. It's the internet wrestling community is what they do.
No, what they do is they think that they fucking know what the fuck they're talking about when they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Let's be real. Let's address this bitch like the elephant in the room that it's going to be.
Like, can I say one thing? And then I will allow you.
Go to 101soundboards.com.
What the fuck was that? I will allow Mike to finish what he's saying. I gotta say one thing.
Go ahead.
My favorite thing is AEW and Tony Khan and AEW fans getting so hung up on the 18 to 49 demo and demo this and demo that, and we got this many ratings in the demo. Y'all motherfuckers don't know why that's important. Y'all motherfuckers don't even know what that means. You don't even know if that is the most important demo. You don't even know what demo is short for. Ernest, what's demo short for?
Demographic.
Thank you.
Demolition.
I would guess that 9 out of 10 pro wrestling fans think it's short for demolition sooner than they think it's short for demographic.
Action smash.
And by the way, if we're talking about also, do you know what?
Win the 18 to 49 demolition.
Look, Joe and I especially are big AEW marks, but for all the AEW fans that listen to this podcast, do you know what WWE's demo really is? It's age 5 to fucking 85. They don't give a fuck about one segment.
See, their demographic is Fox. Their demographic is USA Network. The people that are paying them, no matter how bad their shows are, doesn't matter. Ratings haven't mattered ever. You want to know why? Because fucking Ted Turner owned his own billion-dollar fucking organization and sold WCW because he didn't want to be involved anymore. Not because ratings suck. Oh, my wife's home. Not because any of that stuff happened, and my daughter just almost got blasted by a door.
Max, come here, buddy.
Crackhead dog.
Crackhead dog, yay!
There's so much happening.
There really is.
5 seconds.
Sorry, the wife was talking to me about some Nina brought up.
So the way I look at it from the perspective of when Ted Turner sold WCW,
Yes.
because he didn't want to be involved in wrestling anymore. It wasn't because the ratings sucked.
No.
It was because he was losing money.
Yes.
So what do the ratings really mean? Not a
They don't mean
goddamn
anything.
thing.
No.
You little son of a bitch.
If
They
people are making
genuinely
money,
don't.
it doesn't matter if it's because 3 people watch the show, 300 people watch the show, or 337 million people watch the show. It doesn't matter as long as someone is buying the merchandise, somebody's buying the tickets, and somebody's buying the fucking advertisement on the show. Guess what? Ratings don't mean any of that stuff.
No.
Ratings are stupid.
Oh, Jackson. No.
And the thing is, like,
Here he comes.
I feel like the conversation about ratings from wrestling fans is still very. It's another one of those nostalgia things. It's another one of those. We still wish that this was 1998 and we had WCW versus WWF and the Monday Night War and all that meant. You know why it was? You know why ratings were interesting in 1998? Do you know why?
You tell me.
Because the two shows were actually against each other.
Head to head.
They were literally head to head. So there was actually what's the word I'm looking for? There was an actual competition there.
Literally.
And guess what? In a head to head competition, one is beating the other. If Mike and I are in a head to head competition, we're playing a game against each other.
Trivia.
Right? Yes.
I am winning trivia. It's a
But
competition.
let me even simpler, right? You and I go out and we play mini golf. Okay? We go play a game of mini golf.
You're fucked.
And I'm like 35 over par and you're like 18 over par. Right? Who's won?
Tiger Woods.
Right. Okay. You're winning this, right? Now,
You are correct, sir.
wait. Follow me here. Follow me. If you and I go play mini golf, and I'm 35 over par and you're 18 over par, and 3 days later Craig goes and plays mini golf with 5 of his other friends, and he's 17 over par, did Craig beat you at mini golf?
Well, mathematically, no, because I was 15, he was 17. But even if he was 13 under, no, because we didn't play together.
No, because you didn't play together. Exactly.
Plus, Craig sucks at golf anyway, so let's turn the page on that one. Thank you. I don't know. I'm just saying things. Shut up.
I bet you suck at basketball.
Denied. Go to 101.
At basketball?
I love the fact that your own
They
fucking
keep saying
soundboard just keeps saying access denied because you want to keep pressing buttons. You fucking control geek.
All I'm saying is, at this point, this isn't Raw or SmackDown versus Dynamite or Rampage. This isn't a head-to-head competition. You can't say, oh, the ratings matter. Like, oh, Rampage did better ratings than Raw did, or Raw did better ratings than Rampage did. It doesn't matter because they're not against the same competition. They're not even against each other as competition, but then they're not against the same competition on the same night or anything like that. You know what? Other things affect the ratings.
Yes.
Like, if there's a football game on, it affects the ratings. If there's a baseball game on, it affects the ratings. If Dynamite's going up against Game 7 of the World Series, but Raw's going up against nothing, is that really a way that you can measure each other? You know what Dynamite's competition is?
Oh, yeah.
The 7th game of the World Series at that point. Not just Raw.
Ooh.
The one thing about especially two ratings that they're the same people that whenever they say, "Oh, the ratings matter," and then when they actually have lower ratings or they get beaten by somebody else, they like to fucking move the goalpost every fucking time. Like, stop.
That's the greatest lie the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist, right?
Right.
The greatest lie. I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna give a guy a limp, and then he's gonna be fine at the end. It'll be fine.
And he was in a barbershop quartet in Skokie, Illinois.
And then he touched a bunch of really young guys. It wasn't okay. So
different movie.
But Kevin Spacey's life is Kevin Spacey's life. All I'm saying. So all I'm saying though is, right, like, honestly, if you look at it, this is what annoys. I love AEW. I love watching AEW. You know this. It annoys me when it's like, oh, they lost to SmackDown in the ratings, but they got better ratings from 18 to 49 in the down. Like, that's when you're breaking down shit. That's me being like, yeah, Mike beat me at mini golf, but I look better swinging the fucking club than he did, so I'm going to take that as a victory. Like, what are we actually doing with ourselves at that point?
So you'd rather look good and lose.
Right.
Than,
I want to look good swinging that stick.
Then winning. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but let's not forget something else about the whole ratings thing and the WCW thing. You had to have 2 VCRs back in the day.
Yes.
Or remember when WCW went back to back, so you could record Raw and then record
watch the
WCW,
replay. Yeah,
and you could watch them both.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people are talking about ratings because of it's a nostalgia thing, because we want it to still be the competition that it was. But the television industry isn't even what it was in 1998 or 1999. It's not what it was in 2012. The television industry is a completely different thing. And by we, I mean wrestling fans, and not necessarily us, you know what I mean? But like wrestling fans in general, especially on Twitter, and Tony Khan especially, they like to apply 1998 logic to a 2021 situation. And that's why they all sound fucking stupid.
Here's some advice for Tony Khan. Focus on your product, okay? So what about Vince? So try to get a pat back from Vince and company. Focus on your shit.
Hold on.
Bottom line.
Hold on. What I will say, while yes, that makes perfect sense to focus on his shit, he is focused on his shit. He is talking about how he is beating another company in ratings no matter what day. He is rah-rahing his company. The only problem I have is that he's mentioning Vince by name.
Yeah.
There's no reason to mention it. Like, mention the fact that you beat. Like, if you have a Wednesday night show, mention the fact, hey, by the way, we went up against the NHL on Fox Sports 1 and we blew them out the water.
Yeah.
Hey, we went up against the NBA on ESPN. We blew them out the water. Mention the things that you're actually going up against.
Right.
Don't just be like, that other wrestling show, we blew them out the fucking water and you
right.
49 this week. What you guys
do. In case you're wondering, the highest rated wrestling show of the week is still SmackDown.
Of course it is. It's on national television, on Fox. That all you need is a digital, not rabbit ears. That's not a thing anymore. But you get a digital antenna and you can watch SmackDown. SmackDown's the most accessible of all of the wrestling programs. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's just, it really is a situation. Like I know I've said it like 5 times already, but I'm just gonna say it one more time. It's wrestling fans trying to put 1998 logic on a 2021 situation. And it's silly. And, here's the thing, too. I realized recently, I said this to you the other night, I think this fits this conversation. I'm just going to throw it out there. It might be a whole different conversation, and we'll have it another time. I was listening to Eric Bischoff's podcast. I think it was this week. It might have been last week, whatever. And he was talking about CM Punk in AEW. And he was talking about how Punk has compared himself to Nash and Hall showing up and how it's a bigger deal that he showed up, yada, yada, yada. And Eric's argument was, well, no, we were actually doing something with Hall and Nash. Y'all ain't doing shit with Punk. Which, take that as you want. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion on that one, right? But Conrad pointed out, and I think very astutely, that AEW isn't booking Punk with the intention of him being like their Scott Hall or Kevin Nash. They're booking him to be like Terry Funk in ECW. And that was the moment that it occurred to me that AEW gets a lot of WCW comparisons because it's the only other big company that has existed in our lifetimes to go against WWE. It's the only other one to be in big arenas. It's the only other one to be touring and have a national TV show that's actually on prime time every week on cable. Hell, it's on WCW's old channel. So I mean, obviously
we're gonna debuff some of this here.
Okay, but all I'm saying is AEW's goal isn't WCW. I think Tony Khan's trying to book ECW. I think he's trying to do his version of ECW. He was an ECW fan growing up. We know this. We've seen photos of it. We've seen him at like the Hammerstein. We've seen him in all those situations. That was his jam. He's booking this the way that ECW would have been booked if it had an unlimited budget as opposed to Paul Heyman bouncing checks. That's the sense that I'm getting out of it. And again, ECW, and that's part of the reason why I think he does so hard, the beating of the fucking AEW drum, and because that was the Paul Heyman thing. That was 100% a Paul Heyman thing about ECW beating the fucking drum. We're amazing. Love us. We're better than WWE. Fuck them. Yada, yada, yada. Like, did WCW do that sometimes? Did Bischoff do that and stuff? On the rise up, yes, he did. But eventually they stopped. Eventually they were just like, oh, now we're the top. Okay, we don't have to acknowledge them anymore. Paul never did that. Paul was always the underdog. ECW was always the underdog. Tony Khan positions AEW as forever the underdog. And at some point, that's going to hurt the company. That's my opinion.
Okay.
All right, we're going to debrief a little bit of this here. The fans want this to be WCW.
Yes.
The fans want this to be the second coming of a promotion after Vince McMahon.
Yes.
Facts.
AEW has been to Miami 3 times. 2 of which were in a concert venue.
Yes. Yeah.
That seats 3,500 souls.
Like ECW would have been back
The
in
first
day.
time that they were here, they were at the Watsco Center, home of the Miami Hurricanes basketball team, and that thing was probably like 55-60% filled, and it was mostly filled with college kids who were there for fucking dollar beer night and probably got free tickets. Like, let's be fucking real here. They're not going to be WCW.
No.
And people that want to think that because they are going up against Vince McMahon, that they're automatically the second coming of WCW are factually incorrect.
Right.
This is ECW with a better television deal.
Yeah. And more money. 100% more money. This is what Paul Heyman would have done if he had the money.
Because let's be real. Boston, they went to the University of Boston. They didn't go to the Garden.
Right.
St. Louis, they didn't go to the Dome of America where Royal Rumble is. They're having it at wherever the University of St. Louis basketball team plays. You haven't been to California. And I guarantee you, if you did, you're not running Staples.
But you know what the funny thing is? Even New York, they didn't go to the Hammerstein. They found someplace unique that's never been used before that was totally perfect for wrestling. Arthur Ashe. It looked great. Mm-hmm. I've been to the U.S. Open a bunch of times. I always thought to myself, wow, wrestling would look awesome here. I'm glad someone finally did
For
it.
a long time, though, it wouldn't have because there was no roof. But
right.
Now they put a roof in.
Right.
Now I will agree with that.
But I'm glad they finally did that. I was unique. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. But to your point, they didn't play Madison Square Garden. They didn't play the Barclays Center. They didn't go to the buildings that are known for pro wrestling. They didn't go to those places.
They didn't even go to Hammerstein.
No. And I honestly, if Arthur Ashe hadn't been an option, they would have ended up at the Hammerstein before they would have ended up at Madison Square Garden or.
That's my point. They're not going to places and going to cities and going to sell out large venues. They're not going to Georgia and going and trying to rent out the Mercedes-Benz Dome. No. They're not going to where the Hawks play. They're going to fucking center stage.
Right.
They're not going after big fucking venues. You want to know why? Because it's better to fill a 3,500 crowd arena and make it look full and loud and fucking rambunctious than to fucking fill a fucking 25,000 seat venue with 5,000 people.
Agreed.
So what do? We go to a place that we know we're going to sell out to make it look like it's a fucking crazy ass fucking venue.
I agree.
And guess what? Awesome. Congratulations. You're doing your job. I'm so fucking happy for it.
They understood the assignment.
Fans, they're not WCW. They're not going to be WCW. They're ECW with fucking endless fucking paycheck and a fucking television deal that actually fucking makes sense. The ratings don't matter.
No.
Vince doesn't give a fuck. He proved that.
Yeah, Vince cared.
He's let Braun Strowman go.
Yeah.
He's let Bray Wyatt go. He just punted off half of his fucking main roster because he does not give a fuck what you're doing in AEW.
Yeah, if Vince still cared, he would have most of those guys still
cared about shareholders. That is it.
Third quarter, up 15%. The equivalent of $34.5 million.
What gives a fuck about?
Just cut half of his roster. He's not fucking losing. He gives no fucks. He's worried about Vince McMahon. The same thing Tony Khan should be doing.
Yeah.
Build your company. Make your company the alternative. Make your company the revolution. And make sure that the revolution is televised. Stop talking about them because they don't give a single fuck about what you're doing or who you're bringing in. You're Dan Lambert's an American Top Team. You understand the amount of shit Vince would get from the IWC if this was happening?
Yeah.
Garbage.
So
the whole fucking gimmick is garbage. Let's Scorpion fucking Ethan Page be Scorpion Ethan Page. Fuck Dan Lambert. Instead, we're gonna get a meaningless match at full fucking gear that is taking away from I don't know, half the fucking roster that should be on that fucking show.
I mean, I like the feud. I'm looking forward to the match, but I get your point.
Nail on the head, man. Nail on the head. Yeah.
She is also not a fan of the fact that
fuck Dan Lambert.
That Dan Lambert is the thing.
All right, I'm done.
We have our own soundboard. It's called Dakota.
No, but he hit nail on the head though. He really did.
Stop talking about the ratings. Doesn't mean anything.
They don't.
Because at the end of the day, if Vince doesn't give a fuck about ratings and he's still making 15 fucking or $35 million every quarter, guess what, buddy? Chief fucking cha-ching.
Yeah, the only people that actually care about the ratings that should actually care about the ratings are network executives,
so that they can sell their commercials for more money.
Right, exactly. They're the only ones that should care. And at the point when they're not making money off of it, then we get to care as fans because our shows that we enjoy are gone. And that's not going to happen because those shows still do better ratings than anything else on any of the networks that they're on.
Fox is paying $1 billion fucking for SmackDown. I guarantee you they're selling the fucking commercial rights for fucking $3 billion.
Yeah.
They're not worried about the fact that they had to pay $1 billion to get them because they just made $2 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, again, to all the wrestling morons out there who care about the demo, we care about age 5 to age 85.
Yeah, they care about the demo, Axe and Smash, and sometimes Crush.
Yeah. If anyone could actually tell me, if anyone could sit down and actually explain to me why the demographic of 18 to 49 is important, and I'm not saying that because I don't know it. I know it, but I'm a TV geek. I read the fucking.
I was also going to go not from me being a TV geek. I was going to say because most people 18 to 49 are the ones that are going to be paying for their family and whoever to go to shows and buy merchandise and buy tickets and pay for the money that they're making.
But here, my point was.
I was saying not from a rating standpoint.
Right.
From a
no, and I'm glad you explained it like to our listeners. Well, my point was I know why exactly the reason you're saying, right? My point is 9 out of 10 of the people on Twitter and on other social media and just on podcasts and all that who are out there being like, oh, but they got a 0.6 in the 18 to 49 demo, don't know what the fuck that means.
Exactly.
They don't know why that's important. They don't know what Mike just said. I believe that as a fact. And if you don't know why it's important, then you don't get to fucking celebrate like it's important. That's just the truth.
My house is an example. You know, I love AEW, but more people in my household watch WWE's programming. My son Eli watches WWE, not AEW. He's not allowed to watch AEW anyway. So
I think that's valid.
Because here's the thing.
Vince wins again. Hey,
WWE is a PG product. Mm-hmm. AEW is a TV fucking 14. Like, they're trying to be the alternative. They're not trying to be WCW. The problem is fans think that they're going to be so WCW because they want them to go head to head with WWE. I'm going to tell you this right now.
It's not going to happen.
And I'm going to be very, very, very brutally fucking honest. If Vince McMahon wanted to put all of his fucking firepower into going after them, he fucking would have already.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
At the end of the day, he's still making $35 million a quarter. That means he's making $120 million a year. Do you think he gives a fuck that Tony Khan is putting shows at the fucking Saugus Center and the fucking Watsco Center whenever he's selling out the American Airlines Arena and the Boston Garden every time he fucking goes?
Because I also feel like, and I feel like this could be the end of this conversation, but let me just say one thing. There's also a misconception in the narrative of history that, like, Vince McMahon was ever trying to drive WCW out of business. There was a point when WWF came close to going out of business. Vince McMahon's drive wasn't, let me come back and get WCW out of business. Vince McMahon's drive was, let me come back.
Let me stay in business.
Let me stay in business. Let me keep my company afloat. Yes, they were in competition. We did direct competition. So, yeah, it was kind of like, let me become number one. Because when you're in direct competition with someone, of course you want to be number one. But really, you just want to be in the game.
The
Vince,
that I keep
Vince
thinking.
in that era focused on his product as a result.
The video meme that I keep thinking about whenever you started going on that rant was the one where he goes, "Oh, you're drinking a beer already? It's 6 a.m." And the guy fucking looks at me and goes, "Yeah, I'm drinking a beer. You don't work where I work. Let me do me."
Right.
That's kind of how this is like.
It's the truth.
Let Vince do Vince. Like, at the end of the day, you don't have to like it. You don't have to watch it.
Right.
But he's still making $35 million off of it.
Like, if it was up to Vince, I don't think WCW would have ever gone out of business.
No.
WWE did not drive WCW out of business.
Vince tried forever to keep them in business to have two different fucking promotions and let somebody else run it, but he couldn't get a TV deal.
Right. Hell, he even kept ECW
afloat for fucking 6
years. WCW screwed WCW.
No, executives at Turner.
Ted Turner fucked WCW.
I mean, just executives at Turner. Ted Turner sold his company.
AOL Time Warner.
AOL Time Warner fucked WCW.
Yeah.
That was the end of the day, because at the end of the day, if they had still given them a TV deal, Eric Bischoff's company would have bought them, and WCW would have still existed.
Fusion Media would have bought them. I don't know how long they would have lasted, but they would have bought them for at least a year.
And at the end of the day, the only thing that when Vince ended up buying it, he bought it for
the library.
He bought it for the video library. And we've heard from Bruce Pritchard, we've heard from Jim Ross, we've heard this from a bunch of different people on their podcasts and stuff, that Vince McMahon was talking about a WWE network since like the late 80s, since before even like the concept of on demand existed. He was talking about a legit like cable network. So the idea of him collecting a library as thorough as WCW's, of course, made sense. Did he then hope to potentially like keep them in business somehow?
Sure.
Yes, and that's why we ended up with the split brands
the
and
alliance
stuff.
And all that stuff.
But even further than that, it's why we've ended up with Raw and SmackDown as two different brands and everything. That's obviously, he always had a concept in his head of, I can still have like the semblance of competition. All fans really want is there to apparently be competition. It doesn't have to actually be real competition. Case in point, AEW versus WWE, which is not a thing.
So now that we're wrapping this up, you mentioned this, and I meant to talk about it in my
go for it.
My topic. With all these releases, could we see them basically go down to one brand?
I think it's possible.
The main roster being a brand and the bioluminescent brand being a brand, and let's just end the brand split.
There's only one reason why I think not.
Fox.
Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that Fox and USA have something in their contracts where it's like we get something unique.
I mean, you can still give them semblances of unique. I mean, USA gets a unique show every Tuesday.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I'm saying like if I had to guess why the roster split's not going to end, that's the only reason.
Yeah. Now, do you want the brands to combine again?
Yes.
I would much rather them combine and let's have a deeper roster.
I feel like the only reason why it ever really helped was because there was literally almost no other wrestling to watch other than Impact, which honestly, like.
So I like the brand.
It also worked because there was like 837 members of that roster.
Yes.
So you could put 40 of them on one and 40 of them on another and not see each other for however long.
Yes, I agree.
See, I'm okay with brand split most of the fact that it's newer to me because when they started doing that brand split stuff back in 2002, I checked out right before that. So it's
what I was saying to Joe before we went live and to Craig, who's outside relieving himself, I would end the brand split and I would unify all the titles on a very specific show. Day 1, January 1st of 2022 from Atlanta. I would unify the women's title, unify the world title, unify the tag titles. You make a secondary women's title like the women's intercontinental title. You fucking go for it.
I do wonder if the economics now where we're at now is going to end up forcing their hand to do that.
Because here's the thing. Wouldn't you rather keep your roster happy and have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and they're off Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Yeah, I would.
You give them 3 days off to fucking go home, be with their family, rest, recuperate, do the things that they need to get done. You come out Thursday night, you're in fucking town for Friday for SmackDown. You travel somewhere Saturday, Sunday, you have Monday Night Raw, boom, gone.
Yeah, I agree.
And you make house shows again mean something because everybody's on the same house show. Oh, Raw's coming to my city and I can't watch. I don't want to go see the Hurt Business. But if everybody's there, now you're getting the Hurt Profits versus the Hurt Business versus Street Profits. Oh, I want to see Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Right.
I got to go see that show now. House show fucking shit probably goes through the roof because you're getting all of them.
It's a great point. All right, Joe. What do you love this week?
I'll keep it real quick and simple. You don't have to test 10 different buttons to find the music. I'll make this real simple for you. Don't. Yeah, please don't. I don't want to hear access denied one more time.
No,
it's good on denied. That. Just because your wife says it to you all the time doesn't mean I have to hear it all the time. All right.
All right. 20 seconds in.
All right. So I love WWE Women's Division. Nia Jax will hurt you no longer, and I love that for you.
Your loves is becoming shorter and shorter every week.
I mean, that one was very easy though, because
that was simple. Every time you stepped in the ring with Nia Jax, you were taking your life into your own hands.
Anyway, let's get to the last topic of the evening. And
from the Twitter handle of one @_Star Destroyer, aka Biff Busick,
aka
Die Dragon Die.
Now, which dragon is he talking about?
Super.
You think so?
100%. They were supposed to have a match before fucking he got signed.
True.
Yeah, give me Biff and Super Dragon at the next PWG show. Throw them up.
So we already teased this my topic early in the show with the trivia, and of course, you look at the title of this episode, you'll know what we're talking about here. As I said,
please help me in the title of this. I did it for The Rock.
Yes, please.
We'll love
please
it. Yeah, I will do that.
Yeah,
Coda
voted. It's simple. The Rock debuted at WWF, WWE, 25 years ago this month at Survivor Series, and I guess more than anything else, nothing structured. Just some appreciation to the guy. He's obviously a top 5 all-time superstar, arguably the biggest star in Hollywood right now. Made a huge impact. So let's talk about memories. Talk about favorite matches. Let's talk about favorite promos. I mean, we can go down a list of a lot of things here because The Rock has done a lot for this company.
Favorite promo is the one with Jericho, the night Jericho debuted.
Yeah, so great.
I'll always say that I loved the heel Hollywood Rock music.
Oh my God, Hollywood Rock when he came back and he did the stuff with. No, but he did the stuff with Hurricane Helms and everything. Yes. That was amazing.
That Toronto promo he did was actually awesome too. That's how Hollywood Rock.
Yes. No, Hollywood Rock did not.
Okay, is that correct?
It was amazing while it existed.
I've always been a fan of The Rock as a heel, no matter what. Like his first heel run, his heel run from '98
when he first joined the Nation and stuff.
But even a little bit after that too. Like when he started getting a lot more, support. You started hearing people.
His match that was the match was the fucking the I Quit match against Foley.
Yeah, that's to go back and watch.
That's when he became the I don't give a fuck about anyone else. I'm going to be the most dickish heel in the fucking company, and I don't give a fuck.
Here's a question for you guys. I'm not gonna say to take this in a different direction, but I feel like it's a little bit more deep than just memories of The Rock.
What? I did it for The Rock.
Does The Rock become as big in pro wrestling as The Rock became without Stone Cold as his antagonist?
I don't think so. No.
Well, you have to remember his first antagonist was Triple H for the Intercontinental title.
No, before that he was already feuding with Austin. Remember, he feuded with Austin when Austin was injured with the IC title.
Yeah.
The Rock's the guy that they forced Austin to hand over the title to, and then they had a little bit of a feud.
I wouldn't call that a feud.
Their rise up is pretty tied together. And ironically, they also left at the same time too, more or less. Rock has come back since then. Austin never wrestled again. But their stories are pretty synonymous with each other in terms of their career trajectory. So It all kind of just makes me wonder, in the same argument where you could say, would a Hogan have mattered as much if you didn't have Hogan?
Here's a who?
Hogan. What? Would Hogan have mattered as much if he didn't have Piper?
No. Paul Orndorff. Fuck you.
We're Orndorff. Obviously, we're Orndorff.
Off with Paul.
Definitely. No. Like
all the way off.
Rock Austin was the Hogan Orndorff of our generation.
I will walk away from this show right now. Fuck Paul Orndorff.
I missed the blue steel cage, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
We all do.
Everything does.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry.
What I will say here, obviously his feud with Mankind, the I Quit match, him winning the title at the Survivor Series.
That's still one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time.
To then lose it on the That'll Put Asses in the Seats episode of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Which did put asses in the seats. To halftime heat.
Yep.
Halftime heat was
like
that was awesome.
Austin was his like superior dance partner, but I still feel like his best dance partner was and always will be Foley.
Does halftime heat still stand the test of time?
Yes.
Now, you know what I'm gonna say.
Yes, it doesn't matter. That was awesome.
We're gonna say this to make sure.
Does it still stand the test of time now that we lived through like 14 months of halftime heat on every single wrestling show because there were no crowds whatsoever?
It stands out because of who the guys were that did that.
It stands out because we had no fans with a wrestling ring. They wrestled all throughout the empty building.
True.
It wasn't like they walked to an empty ring and had like other members of the roster or other members
Also
of like,
true.
whatever sitting there going
Yeah.
yay or boo.
Right.
Like forcing us to yay or boo someone.
Right.
Literally, it was an empty arena with like people doing commentary. That was it. Like that.
Valid.
The Rock pushed Austin to another stratosphere, while Austin brought up The Rock to another level. And obviously, the Mania 15 match and that rivalry from then and what we end up seeing, in the years to come, they were fantastic dance partner. So, promos. I mean, geez, where do you start? I mean, I can't. I mean, that was your life was fucking obviously. Fantastic. Obviously, did him and Foley. He's had some really, really great promos, dude. His heel run again. His first heel run from 98, 99, right before he turned face again. They had him face at some point because he was getting so much support.
No,
was to me my favorite Rock. When he won the title in Survivor Series all the way through that era into Mania 15, I love that run of The Rock.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of the fanny pack era.
Oh God. Everybody's favorite fucking Halloween costume.
Yep.
The black turtleneck with the fucking fanny pack
and the mustache.
Jesus.
Have you watched Young Rock? That show's hysterical.
I watched a couple episodes.
I need to watch it, dude.
I have the whole thing recorded on my.
Yeah, it's also on like Peacock or some shit.
It's on the cock.
It's pretty fucking good, honestly.
Yeah. Where do you place The Rock all time? Is he Mount Rushmore? Is he? I mean, certainly top 10. I mean, no one's arguing top 10.
In terms of fame level, I think there's an argument for him being top 4, top 5. Are you not there?
I'm trying to play the.
Because here's my thing: as great as The Rock was, to me, he was more impactful to me as the number 2 guy behind Austin.
I could sort of see that.
See, where your list, where I'm at, like you have to like.
If you go to WWF,
I watch
Flair.
That's what I'm saying. If it's just WWE, but if it's all of wrestling, I don't know that he's on the Mount Rushmore.
No. If it's all of wrestling, I agree. Although, I mean, like, it depends.
I can see him being in the fringe talk of like 5 through 7.
But it also then depends on what you're ranking here. Are you ranking in-ring ability? Are you ranking only promo ability? He's a top 4 promo of all time.
Yes, 100%.
Top 4.
He's our top 2. Mount Rushmore's 4 people. Like, count. So, like, if you're talking promo ability, he's a top 4 guy. If you're talking in-ring ability, I don't know that he's even top 74, honestly.
No, he wasn't a great in-ring performer.
No. He could tell a story. He could put on a show. He could tell a story. If he had the right opponent, he could have an excellent match.
And for a guy who wasn't a wrestler,
right,
a technical wrestler, he could go out there and put on a fucking hour match. Match.
Yeah.
That's
it. Against the right opponent, like, I can watch The Rock and Chris Jericho's matches against each other from like 2000, 2001, 2002. I can watch those matches all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Those matches are 4 or 4.5 star matches, excellent matches, and all that. Him and Austin had some great matches.
They had some real shitters.
They also had some real shitters. Like, honestly, that's the funny thing. Like, when you think of Rock versus Austin, in my mind, there's one match that comes to mind.
17.
Mania 17, because that's in my head is the greatest match in WWE history.
That's also supposed the day that the Attitude Era died.
Yes, exactly. Agreed. But, like, honestly, other than their one match there, I've never heard anyone be like, oh, yeah, their WrestleMania 15 match was a 5-star classic. Like, most of their other matches are more about the personality.
There is one match that is still the greatest of all time in WrestleMania. Ernest.
What's up?
Greatest match WrestleMania history all time.
Steamboat Savage.
You gonna say Savage? I mean, it's definitely top 2.
Sorry. I'm sorry. It's still like.
Greg, you ain't gonna.
And I'm sorry. I'm like old school like him, but I know that there's more than Savage.
Your logic.
And Hogan. I still think WrestleMania 3 was the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
It's a solid card, actually. It's actually a really solid card if you think about it.
I mean, just top to bottom.
I'll take 17.
The payoff for the end was actually pretty cool. Like, Piper's retirement.
Are you coming over Thanksgiving night after you go to your mom's?
Yeah, there's no way I'm smashing anything.
Well, no, because he's out. So we want to do a fun thing for the show.
We want you to be involved.
Where we all are going to pick a match and we're going to watch
it. So okay, you're in.
All right, cool. All right, awesome. You're out.
All right,
he's in. Later, buddy.
Good night.
Bye, Max.
All right, so
the other one.
Real quick, I was gonna say, Joe, the reason why I won't ding The Rock on the whole top 74 wrestler is because the guy that many people have as a Mount Rushmore all time, and probably even top 2 or 3 all time. Mr. El Cherubia is the top 324 wrestlers all time. So I'm not gonna ding Rock on an in-ring thing because The Rock was better in ring than Hogan was.
Here's my thing. My Mount Rushmore of all of professional wrestling: Austin, Sting, Hogan. I'd probably put Taker ahead of Rock, just from a longevity perspective.
It's actually a beat.
So I mean. Rock's in the 6 to 7. Oh, also we got to remember Bruno Sammartino. Like you got to put those old guys in there because they were actually very important to the wrestling business.
Is Cena in there too?
Yes,
Orndorff.
Cena would definitely be in the conversation.
Orndorff.
Go fuck both yourselves. Fuck all. Jackson agrees. He wants both of you guys to fuck all.
No. If we're WWE history. I mean, it's hard not to keep come out, came out of the top 4, Mount Rushmore, because again, impact that becomes an impact conversation, and Austin obviously is number 1.
But okay, wait. Here's a real question though, and again, to me, this is like the point. Like, I think we can discuss this, and then I'm good on this. But if you guys want to keep going with the Rock stuff, feel free. Like, I'm okay with us continuing too. But here's because it's fun to talk about favorite promos, favorite matches, and we've done a little bit of that here. But I feel like let's get down to the DP. I did say the DP.
You did.
I don't know why I was going with the.
I was very, very concerned where you were going with this.
Let's DP The Rock.
I was like, I'm out, buddy. I'm getting ready to back this chair up real quick.
Bless you. So
COVID.
Here's my thing. Okay.
That's so mean.
If The Rock doesn't go on to become quite literally the biggest star in Hollywood, do we all still look back at him as being this top 4 all time? Does his fame post WWE kind of influence where we put him? Because if he leaves in when did he leave? 2004, 2005?
Good.
Essentially, other than coming back. All right. So if he leaves in 03, 04. If he leaves in 03 and 04, but doesn't go on to become this huge movie star, he just leaves. I don't even want to say John Cena route because John Cena is becoming a pretty big star now himself. But he leaves and makes some movies, but has more of a Hulk Hogan film career than The Rock film career. Does he still go on in a lot of our minds where we look back on it and say, "Oh man, he's a top 4 all-time talent," or has that influenced part of that?
Easy answer, no. Easy answer, because I was already saying this before all this. Easy answer. The Rock doesn't really influence that at all.
Well, here's my thing. If he does not leave when he does to go to Hollywood, he probably stays for another 4 or 5 years.
Possibly.
And he's probably still a part of the day-to-day touring thing. So he actually may go further up my list.
That's fair. That's a fair possibility.
I tend to try to keep what he's done outside of the ring. Like, obviously, yes, he's one of the most highest in-demand actors.
Literally the number one actor in Hollywood.
He has his own. He has his own, company now that he made $7 promotion. Like that.
He has his own tequila.
Yeah, he had his own HBO special series, Ballers. That was fantastic.
Yes. He has a sitcom on NBC.
Yeah, so it's like, obviously, the fame that he has because he sold himself, and that's the thing.
Brand.
And that's the thing. When you can sell yourself to that level, and it makes you so desirable that people want you in everything that they do, that's bigger for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah.
As a whole, as an individual.
Yeah.
But it doesn't change what he did in the ring or his importance to the ring or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, when he left after, 19?
Yeah.
After him and Austin had one more round, basically.
Yeah. Like he's come back at 20.
He's come back and done the stuff here and there, shit like that. But what I'm getting at is the day that died and he left to go become an actor, it wasn't like he was pulling in fucking 35,000 people from what he was doing as an actor to come watch wrestling. It wasn't like he was plugging in the interviews, hey, by the way, come watch me on Monday night on USA.
Right.
It didn't affect the wrestling business whenever he decided to go be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, greatest actor of all time.
Right.
It was more like I was a wrestler. I was a really good professional wrestler. And I took the skills that I learned as a professional wrestler in my promos and my stunts and all that. And now I'm going to make a shit ton of money off of it by selling.
Let me tell you how great the Rock is, Dwayne Johnson is.
Go ahead.
So on my podcast back in September, Big Jim and my friend Kyle, we did a segment on Dwayne Johnson, whether or not we actually like his movies. Put it this way. I have little to no interest in his movie career. In the last 10 years, I think of like only one movie he's ever appeared in the last 10 years. You know what that movie is? The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Okay.
The only movie I've given a shit about The Rock he's done is this one.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Okay, that's you. This man was literally in the last 4 Fast and Furious movies and got his own spin-off series. He's the biggest star on the planet in terms of movies.
So again, I acknowledge that he is. I've been saying all along. The fact that his brand, I can still be interested in The Rock, not giving a fuck about his movies. But his brand is incredible.
Yes.
He has built the best brand in the world right now as a star.
Yes.
He is more interesting outside of movies, and I'll dare say outside the ring, than the other way around.
Yes.
So to me, his movie career has never influenced how I looked at The Rock at all. Because honestly, I'm not interested in his movies. There's only one movie that appeared in the last 10 years I care crap about. And it was an animated movie, Moana. That's how good, but that's how great he is.
I personally think that there's a little bit of people looking back and being like, oh, he's become such a big star, and that's why he stays so prevalent in our minds when we're listing top 4, top 5. I could be wrong about that, but I think that there's something there, personally.
I mean, his career at WWE, it's a Mount Rushmore career in that company. Obviously, if we're talking pro wrestling, that's because of Ric Flair and other things of that nature. But within the company, he is on the Mount Rushmore. He's made a humongous impact. He's sold a lot of merchandise. People think of wrestling, casual fans. The Rock is one of the first 2 names coming in your mouth.
Yeah.
And discussion. I mean, again, his brand is better than his actual movie career, in my opinion. That's amazing.
Yeah. I agree. I can agree with that too.
So, anything else you want to add to this before we get to Wrestlers of the Week?
I'm pretty okay.
Good.
All right, let's do it. Wrestlers of the Week. As my wife talks to me now about something. What's going on, honey? What's up? Oh, I'll watch a little bit. Go ahead, Mikey.
Buddy, what do you want me to go with?
Wrestlers of the Week.
I don't understand why.
Want me to go first? Joe, you want to go first, or want me to go first?
I never want to go first.
Oh, Joe.
My list is basically just a ripoff of both of your guys' lists. So,
I'll just quick. My number 3 is the guy who replaced John Moxley. Again, switches to John Moxley in recovery. Miro, who was now in the finals against my number 2 guy, Brandon Danielson, for the challenge for the AEW Championship. And number 1 is Becky Lynch. Fantastic match against Bianca Belair on Raw Monday night. I think Bianca Belair some love here. She didn't win the match though. She deserves honorable mention. I was actually going to put also Dante Martin on this list too for a great match against Matt Sydal on Rampage. But Becky Lynch at 1, Danielson 2, and Miro at 3.
All right, at number 1, I have Becky Lynch. Good women's title match against Bianca Belair on Monday's episode of Raw. At number 2, I have the new P Wrestling Revolver Tag Team Champions Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, the American Wolves. And at number 3, I have the United Kingdom Women's Champion. She retained earlier today against Ginny. That is Miko Satomura.
I love that for her. So my top 3 is very similar to Ernest's, only better. My number 3 was D-Bry because he got to choke out Justin Roberts one more time when it tied. My number 2 is Miro because honestly, you went from being on the sidelines to being in the finals of a world title tournament. I love that for you. And my number 1 is Becky Lynch because it was a slow fucking week in wrestling, but she did retain her title against the reason why they released B-Fab of Hit Row because we already have a Bianca Belair. So that's my top 3.
Can I argue that match? I don't know if you guys saw the match. Top 10 matches of the year.
You can argue it because
wait, which match?
The women's match.
Really?
You can argue because it's your top 10 list. It doesn't mean that you're right.
I'll go back and check it out. I didn't watch it, but
yeah, I mean, I've gained more respect for Becky Lynch. I'm really loving this heel run, and they have great chemistry. Her and Bianca, great chemistry together.
They do have great chemistry. I'll give you that.
Anyway, before.
It seems like you have a little problem understanding the English language.
Anyway, just want to play that.
Thanks, Dwayne. In first place with 32 points is one Roman Reigns. Second place is Big E with 22. The Almost Superheroes at 17.5. Becky Lynch jumps into the 4 spot. She has 17.
Ooh.
Brian Danielson hops into the 5 spot. He is at 16.5. Sammy Guevara is in 6th with 15. Orton and Moxley are tied for 7th with 12. Malachi Black is in 8th with 11.5. Actually, it's supposed to be 9. And then a big way, like a 10-way tie for 10th with everybody else who's got first place votes. So I'm going to announce this real quick before we get out of here. Oh, Bobby, yeah, he's like 2,937th or something. I don't know. It's weird.
He's below B-Fab.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so because we started this late in the year, we were going to do something different with our Wrestler of the Year that we normally do at our year-end award show. Well, me and my infinite wisdom have come up with a way that we can determine Wrestler of the Year and still do male Wrestler of the Year and female Wrestler of the Year and not be a complete fucking encore. So what we're going to do, hopefully in the next couple weeks, is we're going to go back and we're going to go back and each rank our months. And we're going to get award points based off of the Wrestler of the Month for January through June. I think I said I was going to do 20, 15, 10, and 5 for the top 4. If anybody more than 4 gets points, then they don't get the points for the month. So our Wrestler of the Year standings will adjust as we start turning in votes for the months. So be on the lookout for that because I'll update that and I'll put it in a PDF and put it up on the Twitter as soon as we get some months rolling in. So there's always that happening.
I feel like Roman Reigns is going to take a bigger lead.
He could.
I feel like you give like April.
But I think yeah, but Bobby gets January, Bobby probably gets February.
Yeah, true.
Like Lashley could be an integral player in this coming up.
True.
You know.
Because he ran.
Because let's be real. January and February, Roman isn't probably going to get any points because he had no meaningful matches. Like the Kevin Owens match at Royal Rumble was okay. He beat Bryan in a minute and 36 seconds after Bryan won the fucking Elimination Chamber.
He beat Bryan in March against Fastlane, though. And Fastlane.
Fastlane was March.
Fastlane was March, though.
That's what I'm saying. Elimination Chamber was in February.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So January and February, the first 2 months, like I said, he's probably not going to get any points because he did nothing.
They get March, April.
March, he'll get points. I don't know if he'll get number 1 points.
April, I think April he's number 1.
April, he probably slam dunks number 1 unless you go Lashley.
Right.
My guy, we're talking earlier today. I don't think AEW gets a lot of love for the first couple months because I think AEW went dry around that period.
We were all talking about taking a sabbatical before that last pay-per-view because it was getting stale.
Yeah.
So anyway, doing that. What else on the docket?
I would like to wish a very get well soonhausen to our good friend Danhausen, who has a broken leg. Get well soon, Danhausen, and may all of your enemies be cursed.
Next week, Mike will not be on the show. Maybe not be on the show.
I'm taking a sabbatical housing.
We're gonna have Big Jim on the show next month with us.
Wife vacation housing.
Yes, take some time with your lovely wife for a birthday. It's a birthday.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not on the show next week for your birthday. That we're going to Disney. Stop giving me that.
Oh, sorry.
No, thank you, asshole. Please
she doesn't understand the housing.
No.
Good.
Follow me on Twitter at They Call Me Burn. Follow the show at Take the Number 3 Wrestling. You can follow Joe at JLoShugga. Do not follow his porn account. Dear God, please.
At Alonzo Diaz 2021.
Wait a second. He has a porn account now?
It's my Twitter account for my porn thing. My first scene came out today. So, yeah.
I'm going to take it away from you.
All right. I got to go walk my dog. Let's wrap it up.
All right.
So that's what you call your porn scene? Walking your dog? I'm out, dude. I'm kidding. I'm done. So, you guys have fun next week talking about Full Gear. I'll do a quick preview by myself as a Take 15. Until then, for Ernest, stay fat.
Wait. Say goodnight, Ernest.
Good night, Ernest.
Good night.
Good night.